As everybody knows, tomorrow is the big day for Microsoft. They're going to be showcasing their big Xbox showcase of games, first-party games, new games, old games coming back, reboots, all that kind of good stuff is supposedly going to be shown off. And obviously, there is a bit of a chess match going on between Microsoft and Sony when it comes to these type of things. Okay, the first thing I want to say is, yeah, you know, we probably would have got all the news up front had this been a normal situation with E3 and things like that, but the fact that those things got pushed back and canceled, and you know we had to go through with what we're going through in the world right now, obviously it's opened things up to more of a digital experience from all these companies, and they've been playing a little bit of cat and mouse with each other. And while I think that's okay, I honestly just wish they would come out and announce what they have and announce their prices, and so we can pre-order these things. But this video should be interesting nonetheless. Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel and it means a lot to me personally. If you guys, you know, could just go ahead and do that. It's like always the easiest way to support the channel, you know, just go out there and hit the like button, all that kind of good stuff. Shout out to all the new subscribers, old subscribers, everybody in between. It means a lot to me when you guys go ahead and support the channel, and I really take all your guidance and your critiques personally, you know, and I try to make the proper changes to sort of affect that. So hopefully you guys are seeing that and you know, enjoying that, you know, because that's why it's happening. This is totally unscripted content here, daily content as well. So, you know, I kind of want to get that out of the way early and often. So anyway, you know, Xbox, I'm expecting some big things from Xbox. You know, Microsoft has all eyes on them. Whether you're an Xbox fan or not, it doesn't really matter. You know, I've been an Xbox fan since day one. I was one of the ones to speak out, actually one of the few that actually spoke out that, you know, Xbox was kind of letting everybody down. They literally, if you can track them, giving up as early as 2015, which is when they canceled games and closed studios, and we haven't really seen much since that date. Yeah, they've released consoles, but they haven't released anything new, like no new AAA IP have been announced since 2015. So that goes to tell you, like I said, you can easily track it back to then. Sony, on the other hand, you know, they started this extremely slow, and I was really on them for that. And, you know, then they really turned it around. They got a lot of exclusives out. They've done a fantastic job of giving people what they want, really paying attention to what gamers, in fact, are asking for, and then delivering. You know, the exclusive content just hasn't been matched before, in my opinion, in gaming's history, and Sony will have to continue to do that next generation because Microsoft is doing a lot of things right, you know, and in with doing things right, obviously comes a little bit stiffer competition, or like at least so you think. You know, there should be at least some kind of stiffer competition coming from Microsoft, because, you know, nothing's can be as bad as what happened to them last generation, where they basically kind of shot themselves in the foot before they could even leave the starting gate. So it should be an interesting thing, and if all indications and kind of leaks, I mean, it looks like Halo is going to be back in big time. That could be huge for Microsoft. You know, launching with a Halo game, if it's a good Halo game, is definitely a big thing that Sony should possibly worry about. You know, I know Sony has Spider-Man, but, you know, they haven't yet to announce what else is going to come at launch. You know, they could just be depending heavily on, like, some of the time third-party stuff and things like that. Halo's a huge name. If they get it right, it could be huge. I mean, the hype for Halo Infinite right now is through the roof. You know, I do believe that 5-year off has been extremely well received for Halo, so people are dying to get back into that and see what it's all about. That's something that Sony's going to have to combat as well, but what better way to kill hype than doing something of yourself, right, and kind of leaking something yourself that you're planning on doing, and that's exactly what Sony's doing right now. So right now, we know that we're going to see the show from Microsoft tomorrow, right, and it's going to be a big show, but supposedly they're even holding some stuff back for another date later, because they are supposedly worried about this, Sony's big show. Sony has another show. According to this, they have a state of play rumored for August, according to an insider who has actually previously leaked some accurate information regarding Sony and the PlayStation 5 as well. According to this, it's going to be a new PS5 state of play on August 6th that would be streamed on YouTube, Twitch, and the official PlayStation website. Again, take this with a grain of salt, because this is obviously something that you know, we don't know for sure until these companies actually announce these things. You don't know. So this is one of those instances where I can actually link this rumor, though. If you are new to my channel, if you look down in the description, I link all news articles. If it's an opinion piece, I don't have to link that since it's my own opinion. And if it's a leak or rumor, I try to link it if it's possible, but sometimes I will not be able to do so because somebody wanted to remain anonymous. And at that particular point, I have to just say take it with a grain of salt because we don't know. And that's just the truth of the matter. So obviously, supposedly Sony has this other event and they've held back some games. And then, of course, Microsoft will hold back some games. It's a never-ending thing, to be honest with you. But supposedly this is where we're going to get our first look at some of the other things that Sony has planned, and we'll get a chance to maybe get some pre-orders and things like that, and some pricing. I always felt like it didn't make sense for Sony to price the PlayStation 5 before Microsoft or before Microsoft's show, unless you had like a really cheap price and you knew you could beat them out, and then you put that up there and then you get people to jump on it. We could still see some kind of pricing soon. I think that Sony, if at all possible, should try to at least get that digital version down to $399. If they can get that to $399, I think that's going to put them in a much better position going into next generation. Obviously, the best way to steal hype is just to announce stuff. I would expect some kind of announcements, other announcements coming this week. They've already done little ones. I would expect some other kind of announcements and stuff. If this leak is indeed true, it does take away some hype. Obviously, people are like, oh, well, let me hold off on admiration for the Xbox Series X and Microsoft. Let's go over and see what Sony has to offer. So I think that that's something that we could be seeing as well. It's just a very well played thing, this chess match back and forth. And while I do enjoy that to some extent, like I said early, somewhat part of me is like, hey, just show us what you got, give us the price so we know what we got to deal with, and give us the ability to pre-order. Tell us the games we're going to be getting at launch and within the launch year. All right, like that's what I want to know. I think most people already kind of know what they're going to get. I mean, if you're a diehard Xbox fan, you're definitely going to get the Xbox. If you're a diehard PlayStation fan, you're definitely going to get a PlayStation. If you're casual, you're probably not getting either one right away. So realistically, this is just one of those situations where we're just kind of waiting and waiting and waiting, and these companies are kind of going tit for tat, going back and forth. And just as a fan, it just leaves me kind of scratching my head a little bit, thinking, come on, can you guys at least announce a little something? Let's get these announcements out there and ready to go. I just feel like that's what we need to see, and people kind of want to see that, and hopefully we can before too long. I would absolutely love to see exactly what Sony and Microsoft have, what their plans are for the first year or whatever. That's going to be the most interesting aspect for us all, I think, is just to see what they have to offer. And at the end of the day, I feel like they're both going to have great ideas and great pitches for us to buy their consoles. But until we know what they are and the prices and things like that, it's going to be hard to make an informed decision. So hopefully we get that soon. And again, if that's true, man, Sony is kind of savage going out there the way that they do and sort of, play the way that they do, because they're literally not messing around. If you think about it, they've done this time and time again to Microsoft, where they come out of the blue and they just have something cool to announce or whatever, right either before, during, or after something big that Microsoft did. So I think that that's probably how they do it. It's nothing personal. It's business. It's how these things work. And it's just going to be very interesting to see exactly how much this does for Sony and Microsoft in the future. The games are the most important thing. I always stick by that. I've been saying that for how long now, people? The games are obviously the most important thing. Halo sounds like it's going to be huge. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff coming out about it. They're hyping that game like no other. So really, it just kind of depends on what we're going to be able to see and what we're going to be able to get, in terms of the games from these companies. Let's get some announcements, folks. I can't wait. It's excited. But this stuff going back and forth, while interesting, like I said, I would love to know how you guys feel about it. Do you guys prefer like big lumps of information up front, like we would at an E3, where we get most of the stuff that day, or do you guys prefer the kind of chess match, back and forth, hold something back, hold something back? Because at the end of the day, I mean, all the holding back and stuff, I just would rather just be excited and be able to get these things and pre-order and know exactly what I'm going to be getting. But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on that as well. If you want to hit me up on Twitter at Timothy_Crapgamer, Xbox Live MOH Space Crapgamer, or PSN just Crapgamer. And I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to talk video games, if you want to debate, if you want to whatever, let me know. And there's a very exciting thing coming back this Sunday. I just wanted to let everybody know, if you guys are MNC fans, it's going to be back this Sunday. That's right. I'll give you more details a little bit later, but it's been fantastic. Thank you so much if you took the time out of your busy schedules to check out one of my videos. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all. Stay safe. Rack 'em up. Game on, everybody. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.